All right, everybody, hello. And this is Shepard coming at you live. Well, not really live, but recorded from E3. Many thanks to Capcom, especially Yuri at Capcom, who gave me an opportunity to have some time with the Iceborne demo at the event. So what we have here is the beginning of just quick quest preparation. Going to go through, show the weapons a little bit, so you just keep an eye on it. Everything has white sharpness. Everything at this level, of course, is white sharpness. We can see kind of like the beta, some of the various gear is going to give us, only a couple points at a time, which is fine. You're not expecting like Draken gear or health augmented weapons or anything else like that. You see I'm kind of going through deciding what are going to be some decent setups for this run. This is just going to be me, Yuri, and Brad from Capcom. It's going to be 3-man for 4-player scaled quest. We are doing Tigrex, who is difficult. He's a difficult fight. I had done him earlier in the day with a group of 4 and just focusing on killing him. We actually had a pretty good time of it. We took about 10 minutes. This is a new skill we can see here. Screenshots already started flowing around. Offensive Guard. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to show that skill or not. I think I should, right? Maybe I didn't. No. Well, Offensive Guard gives you 5, 10, or 15% of a boost to your attack. Depending on the level of it, it has 3 levels after you do a perfect guard. It seems perfect for Lance, but also other weapons that have quick guards. Could be Charge Blade, of course, with its guard point. Gun Lance to a certain extent, especially if you're, doing either poke shell or long shot. Anything else that has it. Maybe even Sword and Shield. I guess it's going to depend how close they mean to a perfect guard, what that sort of window is. Is it within a second, a half second of being attacked? I guess I might be able to try and test it out later. I'm going to have more opportunities to play this game later in the week. So I had one request to try out the longsword. This playthrough, don't necessarily expect groundbreaking combat. I do have some recordings that will show, more of a focused attempt at taking down the Tigrex. I guess is officially pronounced Tigrex. For this one, though, we're just going to be testing out some of the various features, some of the new weapon attacks, how they function, how they flow together. One thing that Yuri was very keen to point out was actually the Pellicle Ride, which was something that when I saw it, I kind of dismissed it. I'm like, oh, who would really want the Pellicle Ride? I mean, I know where I need to go. But he actually does end up being kind of helpful. At the very least, it's cute. Riding on a monster, for some reason, it's just kind of fun. So there is that small benefit.
We've received eyewitness reports of our target roaming around these parts.
Just going to go ahead and let this full food animation play out. It looks good, man. Slow stewed beef is so tasty. That cheese almost looks like a little bit like a callback to Generations in a way, which it shares the same director, so it kind of makes sense.
It's a belligerent monster with a ferocious roar.
Okay, here Yuri's telling me hey, go in the tent.
The scout flies.
You need to pull up your Pellicle in order to pull up the rider thing. So you can pause the video if you want to go through it and really take a good close look at it. I'm not going to spend the time in this video. I'm sure we may not go by in the future and really decode all the small things there. The main thing is you can use items on the minions that you ride. The minions will also automatically seek out tracks, and then if you are actively hunting a monster, they will actively seek out the monster. So they kind of do what you would expect them to do, which is, helpfully guide you to the monster.
The scout flies have found something. Go get a closer look.
So here I am, gathering tracks on my own.
Great! The scout flies have locked onto the scent of the monster. Be on the lookout for more tracks or traces.
Well, maybe I don't ride him now. I can't remember. I know where he is, though. I fought him before. He starts off in the icy cave. There's 3 places where you can
The scout flies have
fly
picked
to
up the
here,
monster's trail.
southeast and west
Follow the
spots.
green light they leave behind.
I might actually forget to take a hot drink. Don't bully me if I do. So, he's taking me the long way. If we had dropped down that ledge up there, we would have gone immediately to where he is. But you really could have gone either way. He's definitely not taking me the right way now. He's just taking me... I know where I'm supposed to go. Turn around. Okay, there we go. But at the very least, for like a new player that doesn't know where to normally gather tracks, being able to ride this guy to automatically guide you towards the tracks and then automatically guide you to the monster will be a help. I mean, like in the history of Monster Hunter World, they're attempting things that will reduce frustration for new players. You know, a player that already knows where the monster is
The longsword is a close-range weapon designed for
won't matter as much.
Gather your spirit to increase its power. We've got some new combos for each
So
weapon.
if I do some dumpy-looking things, I apologize.
Scout flies will hide
I'm just trying to
Don't forget.
try and get the max level
Use the slinger with your weapon drawn. Look for the
sword
perfect
attacks. I don't know if I ever even actually get the special sheath counter off. I apologize for that.
dodge their attacks.
But that simply sheathing the weapon is not enough. There's another input you need to do. So it's like after an attack, it's L2 and X to do the sheath. And then it's like the right trigger or left trigger or something.
Look out.
See, that attack there made it seem as if the range on Foresight Slash changed to me. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. I would normally think an attack that like that would have triggered Foresight. But I think they might have tightened up the range just a little bit. You can see he's doing a lot of damage. And I may not show it right now,
Light powder to patch them
but
up.
I have 650 defense, or close to it. So this is definitely a G-rank quest. That's actually a 2-hit attack. I only got the first hit off, so sorry. Very similar to a Generation's ultimate move. I think the Sakura Slash is very similar to that.
Watch out with monsters enraged. It's better to hold off on your claw until things calm down a bit.
Of course, there I was trying to get my weapon to the point where I'd be able to do a counter. I wasn't able to get it out in time, though.
That monster is really mad now. Be ready for some vicious attacks.
Interesting difficulty for the demo. You only get 2 max potions. Normally for something like this, they'd give you like a huge stack. Nope. I had done this demo earlier in the day with a couple other friends I met earlier. And I used Switch Axe. And Switch Axe, it does seem like there might be something new going on with sword mode. I can't say for certain.
The monster is on the move.
The
Use
input
the scout flies as a
for
guide as you go after
the chopping slash into axe finisher was very natural, though. It was just start chopping and then press triangle, and then you do a double, like, overhead axe attack. So during this, of course, we can heal, we can eat things, we can even sharpen on the go. And that's the sort of thing that's kind of nice. I mean, you still have to wait for your guy to show up, but if you know the monster's going to run away somewhere far, being able to constantly, like, do all of your buffs, so redo your Might Seed, your Might Powder, your Sharpen, your Healing, your Stamina, your Dash Potion. All those things while he's moving at full speed will help. Alright, so that death, it wasn't intentional, but in the wise words of Bob Ross, it's a happy little accident. So I'm going to take this as an opportunity to go and switch out my weapon. I know people really wanted to see Charge Blade, so we're going to try and do a little bit of Charge Blade. I'm going to give you a little bit of warning right now. Yuri told me the input. It's like, instead of R2 in circle to load your shield, it's L2 in circle. And that upgrades your axe. But actually getting the input, I felt very dumb. So we're going to get there. We're going to get to the point where we're going to have it upgraded. But I'm going to do some things. It might look dumb. Do not bully me in the comments about that. Or do it. I don't really care. Do whatever you want.
The charge blade has two purposes. Sword and axe. Store up energy in the file, then release it through the axe. Rock steady man mitigates damage and reduces
You can see Brad there using the Clutch Claw. Clutch Claw I don't use that much this early on. I'm still trying to figure out all the moves and such. You can use the Clutch Claw whenever and as much as you like, which is great. And so there's one SAD there. People can maybe go back and we'll reverse engineer the damage on that. See, I'm trying to figure it out. I gotta do what? I gotta load the files into my axe?
land your claw on a mark.
And I'm here, I'm using the Clutch Claw. Almost got it. There we go. So you can, if you tab through slow motion at the inputs, you can see the, like I said, you gotta kind of get it ready to go. So you can see you do put files out on hit with the axe, and I apologize for A, running out of Rocksteady at that exact moment, and B, whiffing all those hits. This is, trust me, far more embarrassing for me than it is painful for you to watch.
Now's your chance.
So the damage looks okay. You know, if you had an unlimited amount of time with a downed monster, that does look good.
Don't try to engage a monster.
So definitely a different way to play Charge Blade. Definitely something that takes a lot more setup than even just an SAED. If an SAED, you can of course just poke the monster. You know, when you get a small opening, just land it out. And that's what makes it so good. It's so much damage with only needing like a moderate opening. Whereas for the empowered axe, you're going to need a lot of time. I guess this is the point I should mention. This is a 20-minute long demo. So, intended to kind of get people moving along at E3. And I did a Banborough quest. We're going to show the footage from the Banborough quest, you know, the next couple days. Banborough is tuned to be just completely annihilated. Tigrex, on the other hand, though, absolutely designed to be a challenge, which is really cool. Like, normally, these demo betas show things have kind of a pushover monster. Not him. I love the way the bone hunting horn sounds. It's perfect. Even the fully upgraded base weapons now definitely have a better style to them. You know, the iron weapons almost look like serrated. The bone weapons usually have some sort of a unique appearance to them. Yeah, I'm not going to say that's a new attack, but yeah, we're going to call that another happy little accident. Alright, so what's another good weapon to pick? You know, dual blades. I'm like, hey Yuri, how does the dodge work on the dual blades? I hovered over the gun lance just now, so somebody could probably pick out the shot level there. And I'm going to try and get a hunt in with gun lance later this week. I know it's not a super popular weapon, but I think it's worth seeing how shot damage is going to scale in G rank. I think we could all agree that gun lance, for the most part, has had one of its better modern showings in World compared to virtually every game preceding it. You know, the last time Gunlance was looking okay was Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. So you can see, like, as soon as I had Tigrex in the trap, Brad there immediately used the Clutch Claw. And we're going to start noticing some different appearing damage numbers on the head. That's going to be through the Clutch Claw. So when you see, like, the little four corners around the damage there, that's because the Clutch Claw has weakened that part of the monster. It's not a permanent weakening. It seems to be 90 seconds to 2 minutes. But it's certainly the sort of thing, like, you would want to try and keep it up as often as possible, especially in a group of 4. You know, having people immobilizing the monster, riding it, and then using the Clutch Claw to... I missed a lot of those shots after that. Use the Clutch Claw to weaken a part of the body. And, it, you know, you really think about it, it can be used in a number of ways. You can take a part of the body that you would want to hit to trip the monster and make that weaker to make it easier to trip it. Or take a, you know, already weak spot of the body and hit it a bunch, hit it even harder. Kind of depends on the weapons. Of course, some weapons have a much easier time hanging out at the head than others. You know, think of some weapons like Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield really likes doing leg trips and then shield bashing the face, or, you know, the back hop slam. It's at this point in, like, I'm really starting to appreciate having some guys with the health booster. It is nice.
That's a piercing pod, powerful type of slinger ammo. It makes it easier to target obscure.
Here I am trying to use the evasion shot. You can see it comes out pretty naturally. And with the Clutch Claw causing all sorts of pods to drop all the time, it's the sort of thing where, you know, if you can cause a flinch from the monster and then get a quick demon dance off, that's kind of nice. Alright, so at the very least we have him limping around the 5-minute mark. I'm not going to count this as a victory, but... because the monster's still alive, but it's not terrible. Alright, so these guys are, of course, experts. They know that there's something special going on in this area. I think they're deliberately using the Clutch Claw to ride him into that wall there. This is going to be one of the new area attacks. It's nice for the damage on the monster, and because look at that, it's 1,000 damage. It's pretty decent. But you'll notice that we've all been inflicted with Ice Blight. So the days of the why not ever, why not just completely use the waterfall for free, at least during an RTA run, like, you'd have to really consider, you know, is that damage worth being inflicted with Ice Blight? If you're using a bow, you'd probably be like, nah. See, he's enraged. Even with Rocksteady Mantle, I took a ton of damage there. I'll probably die. Ooh, do I? You can see, like, I've just got, like, no stamina. Another happy little accident. I don't know if actually, I think I stay with dual blades here. Oh, maybe I do switch. Yes. The switch axe. One last chance. So, switch axe not, like, massively changed. You do have, of course, the new transformation overhead chop attack. One thing that Yuri was saying was if you want to use the slinger with a weapon, a lot of attacks where you have your weapon out and resting is when you'll use it. So he said you actually cannot use the slinger in sword mode. You can only use it in axe mode. And I think specifically he said the input for axe mode is like after you've done the overhead chop, which I almost never do, but depending on what I was trying to use, maybe I could.
Look, the monster's almost done for. Chances are it'll retreat to its nest to recuperate.
So we're going to get at least a little bit of time to take a look at the sky. The game looks great, guys. We're playing this on the PS4 Pro. And you can really get an appreciation for the graphics and really what the team had to do. That attack was super scary. Yuri's like, use bombs. I'm like, okay. Probably. Yeah. You can see, though, like, the damage I'm doing to just hitting the face. You know, bombs are going to be even less viable outside of, like, very specific situations where, like, you're coordinating team uses of bombs, you know. I'm thinking, like, 4 setup large barrel bomb pluses. It'll still be fine. Like, this would be nice to have bombs, but we've got like 30 seconds left at this point, so I'm just gonna go. There's of course a better attack to use there, the swing attack.
Oops. Looks like you failed the quest this time.
So
We'll try again soon. Right?
not my favorite outing, but hopefully this was able to show off a lot about the Iceborne. I have a lot more footage. I'm going to have a Band Barrel Hunt as that was with Hammer, and a Tigrex Hunt with Bow. Those are both solo. I'm going to get some more time to record on Thursday. So yeah, so this is what I have. If you enjoyed the footage, please make sure to like it and let your friends know where to find it. Would really appreciate it. I came all the way out to LA, was harassed by E3 security over a tripod, sweated after walking miles in the sun just to bring you this frosty, cool content. So again, thank you again, everyone at Capcom, for doing this. Thank you all for watching it and enjoying it and sharing it. Until next time, though, this is Shepard saying good luck and have a good hunt.